Rock Bottom Coins is the #1 place to get your Madden coins. If you make coins for my videos, sell them to Rock Bottom. If you're buying, use my code GUTBOX for 10% off. Hey, Wax here. So, Campus Heroes on their way. What does that mean for the game? It really plays into the large part of the game, and then a few coming day. I don't know if this is going to be market money. This is going to be more like a Campus Heroes preview. We'll do more of like the market talk tonight because there is a lot of things involved with that as regard to like, TVP leaving, roles and stuff, and etc. with Campus Heroes. So, really a light content schedule this week. It just looks like we got Thursday and Saturday content. They've just kind of like forgot about this week on the schedule. Obviously, next week's gonna be a bigger deal with the playoff content on the way and everything. But Campus Heroes 2, kind of exciting. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let's go ahead and take a look back at the first Campus Heroes first. And we did have Ricky Williams limited along with 290 overall, Crabtree, Derek Johnson. Crabtree was really good for a long time because he got some pretty decent abilities, slot apprentice. He also had one other thing. I think was he a slot type archetype? So he could get short in for 1 if I recall. Yeah, he was a slot receiver, which is the best archetype for receiver. So Crabtree was on my team for quite some time because of the short in ability there. And so, anyways, on the first Campus Hero, we had, basically a player for each team, right? And if you guys recall, these 87 Campus Heroes, they ended up like raising like an incredible amount in price when we had the John Elway set go, and there's still some of them might be overpriced. I haven't looked at the prices in a while, but regardless, there was one for each team when it originally launched. But if you recall, Campus Heroes 2 last year, we didn't get quite so lucky because, obviously a lot of like content maybe is used up already, not a lot of new names, so expect quite a few recycles. The thing is, like, I remember a few years ago where like Jack Ham's only entrance into the game was like a Campus Hero 2, and it was awful. So like they had like this huge name, right? Literally legend of the game, and they just kind of like washed him into this terrible promo along with other people and gave him not that great of stats instead of using him like a Premier Legend weekend, as because he was a Premier Legend. So do expect some new names that we haven't got this year already, as they kind of wait for a lot of them, which is strange to me because they've had so many like huge names kind of like in the background that they'll bring out for this, but like they've recycled some names already, and obviously they can recycle a few, but like it's been one of the major complaints of the game is like, oh, second time getting this guy when we get the third and fourth one later on. Like instead of like making those premier cards the new names of like promos, they're like recycling old guys, and so it seems strange, but like it's one of their strategies on like Campus Heroes to bring out a lot of new names all at once and then kind of wash them into like bad attributes. So it's a little frustrating to me and a little strange, whereas like a promo like this would be great to like reuse and rewash old legends and stuff and old cards and give them decent overalls. But instead they bring in new names that probably should have been premier cards, and it would have been a lot cooler. So I don't know why EA's strategy, at least from a player standpoint, seems to be backwards with big promos like this where every team gets a card. It all comes out in one day. So like it might be like, I guess it's considered like a large content week as far as maybe EA's work, as much as they put into Campus Heroes, because it's a lot of new names, a lot of content. But for us, it's like, okay, it's one day. But maybe they could have spread it out a little bit. Like, why wouldn't they bring back like Wild Card Wednesdays and give us 6 cards on those days along with it? So, anyways, as far as sets that we used to have in Campus Heroes, we have cards within cards to make new cards along with the limiteds, like I talked about. So expect it to kind of not be like an exact copy, but to rhyme. With Campus Heroes 2 last year. I actually kind of want to go look up what was Campus Heroes 2 sets last year. So let's go ahead and boot up the old game here. Let's go to Madden 22 and take a look at those sets. So, anyways, I'm always kind of excited. It just sucks that like and potentially we're going up to 96 overalls this week too, which means reduxes aren't too much. I thought our last Legend week was going to be 96 overall, as it had strongly hinted at, but maybe because we only had 94 overalls for 2 weeks. 95 overalls got 4 weeks versus the traditional 3, so we're back on schedule of 3-week increments as we go up in overalls. But I would expect, just like last year, and I'll show their names again, just like last year, to go up to 96 overalls with the Campus Hero Part 2 promo. which who knows what kind of like big impact going up in overalls, because we don't know what their sets are gonna will have on the game. We just know reduxes are you know, following that. Maybe the next week we'll get reduxes, all the old ones. So you know, I know Cromartie's going for like 1.2 million coins or something. Might not be a bad time to get off of those. We'll talk about more about that when we get to that promo, or we get to like Market Monday tonight on that. So let's go ahead and take a look at where's Campus Heroes at. Campus Heroes Volume 2, the redo. So this was just 85 underclassmen for 195 overall. So really there was no way of prepping for this whatsoever. I mean, like, it might be not be a bad idea to get a training. I would assume we're going to get a reroll. But coins are king, I feel like, right now. And, you know, with a reroll coming, if it doesn't contain training could go up. But the problem is training's also going to go down due to TVP leaving. And that dynamic, like I talked about, will be touched on more tonight on Market Monday, because there's so much to talk about with that and what the TVP does for the broader market versus the top end. So I guess there was Underclassmen Fantasy Pack, 2 882s and 1 83 to 84 overall player. The problem with the 80 to 82s is that they're so demanded for like other sets so far. I guess, you know what? We'll see Wednesday night probably when they reveal it all. Hopefully reveal sets, hopefully reveal store, if there's going to be re-roll and everything. But yeah, Campus Heroes on the way. Who do you guys want? I think for my Steelers, I kind of want like Legends of the Campus that burned out, like just in general, like Johnny Manziel would be kind of a cool one. As far as like a guy who just burned out, couldn't make it, but it was like a stud in college. There's quite a few of those. I think who was on that leaked list by Mutt Leaks? Who won the Heisman but couldn't? Oh my gosh, just like a he was not drafted, or he had like a disease or something. Heisman winners by year. Because I know he's in the game, right? Heisman. All right, let's do Heisman Trophy winners. Let's not go all the way back to 1936. But here's the thing: I wouldn't mind a good old fashioned Davy O'Brien. Look at that. Look at what hats used to be in. The guy's named after a river, huh? All right. Usually, if you're named after a river, you're a stripper. All right. Let's go ahead and take a look at who did well. Who am I thinking of? Ward. I think Ward is in the game, isn't he? Ward's actually in the files. But yeah, a lot of guys, like I talked about Manziel. Yeah, a lot of these guys are just current active players. I think Ward is actually in the game. We can run some sweet options with Jason White out of Oklahoma. Eric Crouch, same way, out of Nebraska. Oh, wasn't this guy like 80 years old? 72, and he won it in 2000. Was he actually 28? And people are memeing on a little Georgia QB, but yeah, a lot of names that didn't really do as much in the NFL, but they seem to do well. Some of them did well in both of them, obviously. Anyways, Bo Jackson, running back, as the leading guy. He was a beast at Auburn, though. Doug Flutie would be a really cool name, too. Herschel Walker, Marcus Allen. Like some of them, like I said, Earl Campbell did well in the NFL. Dang. Plunkett. OJ. I don't know. I don't know if he'd not going to make the joke. Not going to make the joke about he might kill it in our backfields. Not going to do it, dude. Not going to do it. We're better than that, Fox. All right. Let me know what you guys want in the comment section below. See you tonight for Market Monday.